I became a teacher at HFS as I needed to kind of come back to career after studying and working for a few years in England. Luckily for me, Ulsan is my wife's hometown, and it was an ideal place to be. It was also a place that I had worked and lived in before, so it was an obvious choice when looking for jobs and trying to come back to Korea.
If you were to eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Eating one meal for the rest of my life, that's an easy question to answer. I'd have to say it would be pizza.
What type of pizza?
Probably a nice, easy pepperoni pizza. Ideal, yes. Yes. Okay, what am I looking forward to? Things that I'm looking forward to are Christmas. That's my favourite time of year. It's my favourite holiday, and I love spending Christmas with my family. For school, I'm looking forward to moving to our new school site. I've been at the Hammond Centre since the very beginning, and it will be great to finally have a school of our own.
What are you afraid of?
I'm not really afraid of much. I would have to say that I'm not very good with needles, so there's a little bit of a phobia with needles.
What were you like at school?
What was I like at school? This might surprise you, but I was always a very good student. I always worked hard and always wanted to do well at school. I might not have been the best academically, but I always strive to do well at school.
Do you remember a teacher who had great influence on you?
Yes, there's one particular teacher that influenced me and sort of springs to mind with this question. Mr Head, who was my form tutor at secondary school and my history teacher for a year. He just built really good relationships with students. He always brought humour and fun to the classroom. I always enjoyed history, but it's always a subject that some people find quite boring, but he always made that subject really fun and enjoyable.
When you were a kid, did you ever think of becoming a teacher?
When I was younger, teaching was not a job that I was thinking about. As a child, I kind of wanted to go into, like lots of children, wanting to be a football player or something like that. My thoughts on being a teacher came much later, even after universities, when that kind of idea came about and I started to really think about that as my future career. That's when I sort of decided to move to Korea and start teaching and have a little taster teaching English in Korean schools before diving into a new qualification.
Isn't your mum a teacher?
Yes, my mum's a teacher. So the job has always been around me. I've always been aware of how much work is involved and the ins and outs of teaching. I used to visit her school when I was growing up and seeing what schools were like. And she's always helped me. She still helps me now with certain things and advice, and she's somebody that I go to if I need a little bit of extra help with things and something more difficult's coming up, or just general advice about a class or how to teach something. She's always somebody that I'll speak to.
What is the best sandwich?
The best sandwich? For me, you have to go with the English classic of a bacon sandwich. Don't need anything else, just bacon and bread. Perfect.
Brown sauce, tomato sauce?
Tomato sauce, I'm afraid. Not everyone agrees with that. A bit controversial.
Do you have any hidden talents?
No, I thought this was a strange question when I saw it. No, I don't have any hidden talents, really.
What about a Mickey Mouse impression?
That's not a hidden talent. I would say that I probably do a lot of silly things in the classroom that tend to stay in the classroom and are never seen outside of the classroom, and to make my lesson fun and enjoyable and my classroom environment positive and enjoyable. So it's not a hidden talent, it's silly things that I might do in the classroom to make children smile and laugh.
What type of atmosphere do you try to create in your classroom?
You want, as a teacher, the kind of environment you want to create is a positive atmosphere. You want the children to be comfortable and have an enjoyable learning environment. You want to create a classroom where the children are always having fun and are engaged. Even parts of subjects that might come across as quite boring, you need to find a way to make it enjoyable so that they're still learning and being productive, but you get across the learning in a fun way.
What is special about HFS?
For me, the HFS is a special school because it has a very small community feel to it. You noticed on days like today, we've had the kindness market, that when the school gets together for these big events, it's got a really nice community feel to it. Again, another example is Sports Day. The children are always really well behaved and do such a wonderful job on Sports Day. Older kids looking after younger children, helping them out with the games and the sports activities. It's always, these types of events are always such a wonderful thing to be a part of. The small community also means that I know the children really well. Even if they're not in my class, I know all the younger children and their names and who they are and little bits about them. And if you're in a really big school, you don't get to know every child as well as you do at a school like this.
What is your favorite color?
You need a better question. Can you think of a better question than that?
What is it like seeing your children during school time?
Seeing my children in school time is a nice feeling. You kind of know that they're okay at school and they are enjoying themselves, but it also can be a little bit awkward. They have both treated me quite differently. Noah's always kind of kept me as kind of a father at home and a dad at home and then a teacher at school, and doesn't run to me like he would as a dad. He's always had that clear and obvious separation, whereas Isla's been a bit different to that. She's always kind of, when she was small, not so much now, she would always come and give me a hug and sort of show me a bit of affection at school, which is nice. But yeah, it's really nice to be able to see your children at school.
What do you usually do outside school?
The things I like to do outside of school are, I think a lot of students may already know that I enjoy playing rugby still. I tend to do my best to find time to join the training for the team in Ulsan and travel around Korea to play in tournaments. I obviously also enjoy spending time with my family, taking day trips to different parts of Korea and just enjoying Ulsan together.
And what was your favourite subject at school?
My favourite subject at school was always history. It's what I ended up studying at university. It's not everyone's favourite subject, but I definitely enjoyed looking at the different periods of history, more modern history than ancient history, and it was a subject that I was always good at as well.